Is the Lakers front office about to squander their championship window by clinging to unproven hype like Dalton Connect? Or will they finally wake up and make the no-brainer move for Kyle Anderson, the underrated defensive maestro who's been gift-wrapped by the Utah Jazz and could single-handedly transform our leaky second unit into a title-winning fortress? No! Forget the sentimental attachment to rookies. Trading Connect for Anderson isn't just smart. It's an absolute must, the kind of pragmatic powerhouse swap that prioritizes LeBron's twilight, push-over-pie-in-the-sky potential. And if Rob Pelinka hesitates, we'll be regretting it as another season slips away in defensive disarray. Lakers Nation. Welcome back to the channel where we don't just dissect the rumors. We detonate them with the kind of raw, unapologetic fire that gets you pumped, debating in the comments, and ready to storm the front office if they botch this one. I'm your host, the die-hard analyst who's bled purple and gold through every era from Magic's hooks to LeBron's chase downs. And today, we're locking in on the latest bombshell that's got the NBA world buzzing like a hive on steroids. Exclusive reports from the last 72 hours revealing that the Los Angeles Lakers are eyeing a trade for Kyle Anderson, the versatile veteran forward now with the Utah Jazz after a whirlwind offseason swap from the Timberwolves. This isn't some recycled whisper. Fresh intel from insiders like Mark J. Spears highlight Anderson, affectionately dubbed Slow Mo for his deliberate, high IQ style, as the ideal fix for our defensive woes. A player the Jazz acquired in a complex deal, but are treating as trade bait in their endless rebuild mode, stockpiling picks while showing no rush to contend. With our early 2025 to 26 season teetering at 2-2, plagued by injuries like LeBron James's nagging sciatica, and a second unit that allowing opponents to shoot 48% in the paint during their minutes, Anderson emerges as the perfect amortis eater. A smart, switchable defender who can guard 1 through 5, facilitate from the forward spot, and provide the steady hand our rotation desperately needs under J.J. Redick. But here's my hottest take. Straight from the inferno of debate scorching platforms like the Bill Simmons podcast and Reddit's r/NBA, where voices like Simmons have slammed rookie overvaluation, while others defend it as future-proofing. The Lakers must pull the trigger on trading Dalton Connect for Kyle Anderson immediately, sacrificing the shiny but improving prospect for a battle-tested veteran whose elite basketball IQ and defensive versatility could salvage our season, shore up our second unit, and propel us toward another banner, proving once and for all that in the win-now world of LeBron's era, potential is worthless without production. Let's build this case brick by brick, dismantling the doubters with data, historical comps, and unyielding logic. Then fast forward to envision how this move catapults us from pretenders to predators in the West. To understand why Anderson is the slam dunk acquisition we've been screaming for, we have to confront the brutal reality of our current defensive mess and how his unique skill set plugs those holes like no rookie ever could. We're not talking about a flashy scorer or a high-flying athlete. Anderson is the thinking man's forward, a 6 feet 9 inches Swiss Army knife, who's averaged 1.2 steals and 0.8 blocks per game over the last 3 seasons, while holding opponents to just 45% shooting when he's a primary defender, per Synergy Sports data. In Minnesota last year, he was the glue in lineups that posted a defensive rating of 108.7, better than our team average of 112 this season, and his ability to switch across positions without missing a beat makes him the ultimate amortis eater for Redick schemes, where we need versatility to cover for LeBron's load management and AD's roaming help defense. Thing about our second unit, guys like Gabe Vincent and Max Christie are scrappy, but they're getting torched in pick-and-roll coverage, allowing 1.05 points per possession early on. Anderson changes that with his high IQ reads. He's in the 85th percentile for defensive playmaking, per NBA advanced stats, anticipating passes and disrupting flows without gambling. Reports confirm the Jazz, in full asset accumulation mode after their offseason hauls, see him as expendable Iska Detroka, with his $8.3 million expiring contract, making him an easy salary match. Insiders like Spears nail it. The Lakers need a worker, not another star. Anderson's not going to drop 20 points, but his 4.2 assists per game last season show he can facilitate without dominating the ball, creating space for Doncic's vision and LeBron's drives. Historical comps are spot on. Think P.J. Tucker in Houston or Milwaukee, unsung heroes whose defensive smarts turn good teams into champions. Anderson's similar profile, shooting 35% from 3 on low volume for spacing. Could do the same for us, especially in a West loaded with versatile forwards like Chet Holmgren or Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, let's torch the biggest roadblock in this debate: the misguided loyalty to Dalton Connect and the notion that trading him for Anderson is short-sighted, because that's the kind of rookie-worshipping nonsense that's kept us from maximizing LeBron's window for too long. Connect, our 2024 first-round pick, 17th overall, came in with hype as a scoring wing, but early returns are underwhelming, averaging just 6 points on 38% shooting with a defensive rating of 115 that ranks him near the bottom for rookies. Sure, he's flashed potential with 38% preseason threes, but in real games he's been tentative, turning the ball over 1.5 times per appearance and struggling to create separation against NBA athleticism. The front office divide mentioned in reports, balancing Connect's promisor upside against immediate help, is real, but clinging to him is a trap. Data from Basketball Reference shows rookies like him take 2 to 3 years to contribute meaningfully on contenders. Think Herb Jones in New Orleans, a timeline we don't have with LeBron at 40. Hot takes from the low post argue holding Connect is future-proofing, but that's delusional. Anderson's proven impact, helping Minnesota to a plus 4.1 net rating in his minutes last year, trumps improving promise every time. Trading Connect, perhaps packaged with Vincent and a second-round pick, aligns with the Jazz's rebuild. They crave young upside and draft capital, while we get a ready-now veteran. Critics fret about losing potential, but comps like the Celtics trading Romeo Langford for Derek White, a similar IQ defender, fueled their title run. We'd be doing the same, swapping hype for substance without gutting our core. The debate rages on our /NBA, with users calling it panicking over a slow start. But that's short-sighted. Our defense ranks 18th early on, and Anderson's multi-positional guarding, holding wings to 42% shooting. Fixes at overnight, turning vulnerabilities into strengths. The third cornerstone of this argument is Anderson's underrated offensive facilitation and cultural fit, which make him the ultimate trap battledore who elevates stars without stealing the spotlight, debunking the myth that he's just a defensive specialist with no upside in our system. At 31, Anderson's game is deliberate, hence slow MO, but that's his superpower. He averages 4.5 assists per 36 minutes career-wise, with a low turnover rate, 1.2 per game last season. That stabilizes benches prone to chaos, like ours, ranking 25th in bench assists early. In Utah's rebuild, he's been a mentor, but in LA, he'd thrive as a connective tissue, setting screens for Doncic pick-and-pops or finding AD in the post with his elite passing vision, top 15 among forwards in assist percentage. Stats from Second Spectrum show his lineups generate 1.12 points per possession in half-court sets, thanks to his ability to decelerate Ojogo and make smart reads, perfect for conserving LeBron's energy amid his sciatica issues. Debates on the Bill Simmons podcast highlight his limited shooting, 29% from 3 last year, as a flaw, but that's overblown. He spaces the floor enough, shooting 35% on wide-open threes, without forcing shots, unlike volume chuckers who burned us before. Culturally, he's a low-ego pro, never a distraction, always a stabilizer, fitting seamlessly into our veteran-heavy locker room, unlike flashier targets that bring drama. Comps to Boris Diaw in San Antonio, the high IQ forward who unlocked their offense, are apt. Anderson could do the same, boosting our transition game. He's top 20 in outlet passes among bigs, and giving Redick tactical flexibility in small ball lineups. The fourth and final nail in the doubter's coffin is the sheer pragmatism of this deal in a cap-constrained league. Anderson's expiring contract and the Jazz's motivations make him a steal, and balking at the cost, a second-rounder in Vincent, will be front office malpractice that dooms our title hopes. Utah's in asset-hoarding mode, per reports, with no long-term plans for Anderson. They acquired him in a multi-team deal but view him as flippable for picks or youth, aligning perfectly with our Ativo secondarios like Vincent, whose $10 million deal matches salaries, and a protected second. This isn't a gutting move. It's efficient, preserving our first-rounders for bigger swings while addressing immediate needs. Hot takes from Mark J. Spears emphasized the Lakers need a worker, and Anderson fits. His plus 3.8 on off differential last season shows real impact without star demands. The internal divide over Connect? Resolve it by trading him. his slow start under 40% shooting, echoes bust risks like Cam Reddish, and cashing in now nets proven value. Without this, our defense stays mediocre, costing us games. With it, we're deeper, smarter, and ready to contend. Projecting ahead, snagging Anderson isn't a stopgap. It's the catalyst that stabilizes our present and fortifies our future, turning a divided front office into a unified force chasing Banner 18. Short term, envision him anchoring the second unit, slowing down opponents' runs with his IQ, switching on guards like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and facilitating for bench scorers, pushing our defensive rating into the top 10 and helping us climb from 2-2 to a 10-game win streak. His presence eases LeBron's burden, allowing more rest and fewer minutes. He's at 34 per game early, preserving him for playoffs where his veteran savvy shines. Anderson's teams have a 55% win rate in postseason games. Long term, his expiring deal gives cap flexibility for 2026, perhaps re-signing him cheap or flipping the assets for a star, bridging the LeBron era to Doncic's prime without the rookie growing pains of Connect. If we pass, we risk another middling season, defense crumbling under pressure. But with Anderson, we're versatile contenders, proving pragmatism wins titles. The risks, his age or shooting, are minimal compared to rewards of stability and smarts. In the end, Kyle Anderson is a defensive savior we've overlooked, the high IQ worker who fixes our flaws without fanfare. Trading Connect for him is a bold pragmatism that defines winners, and Pelinka must act now to secure our shot at glory. Lakers crew, is trading Connect for Anderson genius or a panic move? Flood the comments with your hottest debates and trade tweaks. Let's build the perfect deal. If this take lit a fire under you, smash that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns. Your energy keeps us charging. Go Lakers!